The reason we came to LearningRx was because it was a many-year journey. We had tried many things with Ethan to try to encourage him and to reach beyond where he was. We knew he was extremely intelligent. Testing always told us that. But for some reason, his work at school and around the house just never really showed what we knew was inside.
When I started, I was nervous, but also eager to see what would happen and see, hopeful that it would help speed up my brain. Returning was frustrating sometimes, but I enjoyed it most of the time. There's some things that were frustrating, but the speed things are probably the most frustrating, because I knew I felt like I could go that fast, but sometimes I just couldn't quite get there. And I'm a bit faster with some things. Things come to mind faster. My confidence has grown myself.
I have noticed just an opening up of him, not so closed, not so afraid to face what was out there, whatever it might be. More of a joy in life, not quite so angry about life.
I've just enjoyed him, being around, enjoying being with the family a lot more. We never wanted to have one of those angry, surly teenagers, and so it's just nice that he joins in the conversation, takes part in family activities, and joins right in the conversation with more than just one-word answers and things like that. Just the fact that he would sit down here on this couch and talk to you.
Yeah, it was an amazing
would not have
feat.
happened 6 months ago.
No, it wouldn't have. No. I have to say, even as when we first entered and started the process, he was nervous but slightly excited. He knew that something wasn't quite right, and he was hopeful that this was going to help. I think I would have to say that yes, it has helped him. Oh, definitely.
I would definitely recommend LearningRx.
I encouraged him to respond faster. I didn't give him a lot of time to respond to respond. He had to give me an answer quickly. So whether he was comfortable answering me right away or not, I made him give me an answer, and I encouraged him to do that whether or not he had the correct answer. Because he often had the answer, and he just wasn't comfortable sharing that because he hadn't thought through the whole thing as long as he wanted to. But when I pressured him to give the answer quickly, he came up with the right answer most of the time. And so he got used to that, and that became more kind of a natural process for him. So things that he was used to thinking through more carefully and taking his time with, he no longer had to take that time. He was more confident in just giving me an answer right away. And I saw that change very, very quickly. His thought processes as far as logic and reasoning was, I was impressed from the very beginning of what he was capable of. He wasn't comfortable doing them quickly, and he wasn't comfortable doing them with other things happening, whether it was distractions or multitasking. And when we were about halfway through, I already noticed the significance in his speed and his comfortability with me, and his ability to multitask and to sustain his attention was completely changed, was completely different. And at that midpoint, there were still things that we were working on. I mean, speed was still an issue, that he was still not what he was comfortable with. And reading was still a little hesitant and choppy. And so we continued to work on those things. The graduation we had was really, really amazing. His parents came in with a list of improvements. He came with a list of his own improvements. one of the biggest improvements that I saw was his ability to maintain eye contact with people. And his parents commented a lot about him being able to participate in their family better, more than just a physical presence, but participating in conversation and jokes and, you know, interjecting his own thoughts about things. And he was more free and comfortable to do that. And so with that, of course, confidence. I think the main concern with his academic challenges was that he was very slow in doing his work. So it would take him a long time. And that improved rather quickly. And he also told me about several of his more difficult classes, such as, I think it was chemistry, where there's a lot of memory involved, a lot of words that he doesn't necessarily know what they mean and can't pronounce them. So I think a lot of what helped him with those particularly difficult classes was gaining some memory skills in order to handle the challenges of like a test, and also being able to retrieve that information quickly enough in order to even finish the test. So I think that probably helps him in a lot of other academic areas as well. Ethan has probably been one of my favorite clients to train. Obviously, when he first came in, just the way he carried himself, I saw exactly the kind of challenges that would present themselves. And at first I was a little worried because I came into the situation knowing that he was going to be very frustrated by it and maybe even angry. So, of course, I was prepared to handle more of a behavior and an emotional reaction. And when I wasn't really getting that, I was really just getting, I was getting frustration. And then I was sort of like, well, I can encourage him. I can focus on the positive things that he's doing and really encourage him and bring some energy to the situation so that he'll keep going. And he really did. And, you know, when he first came in, he was kind of more introverted. But as we continued to train, we would have moments where we would laugh. He would laugh when I would make a mistake. We would be competitive, and I would tease him about, you know, well, I'm going to beat you this time, and, you know, are you going to let me do that? And you know, he responded very well, even personally and socially, to our training, which I think was a huge improvement for him, being more uncomfortable in social settings. And so I think we actually developed even a friendship even amidst the training.